checks out. Landing initiated.
Please disregard. I attempted
Captain.
an informal
Let me
greeting,
carry that.
but I am... dissatisfied with the results.
Can I carry that? No, that's all I have to.
Captain Stephen, it is... I will happily... Goodbye.
Looks abandoned. Suddenly abandoned. Not liking that.
Either I got hit harder than I thought, or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building. But be quiet. So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, mate? Vanguard, huh? I'm Hadrian. I came here on a rumor of a... what's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well... I sure could. Because to confirm my suspicion... But there is a way we... The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. But if you can make it to the... security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any other tools. Good. Once I see the connection reset, take care of yourself. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
Find anything worth selling or using? You're handling this whole... Go ahead, will you?
Traction restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Oh, hello? Wish I'd found this earlier. You notice those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. But it's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5. Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you can avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. Give it hell. Vanguard.
Look, I love meat like a lot of folks, but feels like we could have figured out something more humane by now.
System reorder. Fail. Additional power required.
This better not be the secret ingredient. Guess we made a bad impression. Catch!
tracker's gone quiet. Wait, you did it, didn't you? Oh, yeah. You didn't happen to grab me a tissue? All right. I spotted a microscope downstairs. Older model. Okay, let's see what you can do. Running basic diagnostics. Nothing. Maybe a flag scan? No. Spectrograph. Damn. This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the star. But terramorphs? To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally.
Some say they're demons, others claim they're... But the science is going to lead us to the real reason.
So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. Talseti, though, it's too young to have a native population. But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest... That seems... Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster... Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one. There is. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed. Luckily, what would you say to deliver? I'd do it myself, but Plus, clear it with your commander. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan. Oh, you don't know. I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis. I'm not sure exactly where to find him. There's a place called the Sixth Circle. And here, now please go check in.
Do you need something? When a settlement looks so peaceful and secure, it starts to become a target. I guess that's why New Atlantis and even Sidonia have as much security as they do.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? You killed a terramorph on your first mission. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe. Earned yourself some serious, but if none of the settlers made it. A researcher. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Here we go. Service record. Co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though. Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample so... Well, this is one of them. But if Hadrian Sinon thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure. I'll take care of the clearances and consider these your in here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ships now, if there wasn't. Lay it on me.
Best way to get all this Martian sand and dust off you is to use powdered talc and brush it off.
Living in the ground or caves has been a classic human maneuver since our species branched off. Hey, you might want this.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia.
Yes. What? Hello?
Not everyone needs to come to me with their problems.
It's not easy living in Sidonia.
Take your time and ask me if you need anything. I'm here to help.
Invoices can be... Oh. Do you now? Well, a shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. But it is... Dr. Walker decided to start brewing and selling his... perhaps a little too severely. They were all devils. Red Devils. A UC Marine unit based here on Mars. I presume a number of them served alongside. That's correct. Well, he did leave his post, however, with a sizable debt to his name. If you...
And you need fabulous interplanetary
Why? I don't recall the exact figure off the top of... So if you were able to find him and convince...
No promises, though.
Wonderful. I suggest paying a visit to the Sixth Circle, what I suppose is technically a bar on the lowest level of the city. If anyone knows where Percival is, the miscreants there would. But I would urge caution. They're not a group known for their hospitality.
Have you checked your air filters lately? The city of Sidonia recommends checking your filtration unit every Martian dust is a leading cause of respiratory illness.
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for Devil's vets and their kin. Doc Walker?
Well, you're... Andy. You. Why don't you come here and tell me what some stray wants with Walker?
Once I was in a glacial cave, surrounded by creepy red eyes, kind of like this.
A stray
But it turns out they were just glowing bug butts.
That's so. All right. Maybe she did send you. But look, even if I decided I was going to help, his debt to the... But if someone resolved that debt, can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. Well, most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority. Of course, rumor is the trade authority keeps all... If someone was to...
Sure. We can help you commit.
But, one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Red Devils with a... Couldn't get in if you hadn't done at least one stint as a Martian Dusty. Made us tough. It's why they chose us as the handlers for the UC xeno-weapons. No other unit could handle that pressure. Percival, though, he wasn't a grunt like all of us. Science officer. Made sure the monsters behaved, but it was those monsters that did us in. When the colony war ended and the armistice came down, Red Devils included. Me? Nah. Infantry officer. But my grunts deployed alongside the thing. Monsters from the darkest corners of the Black. Armistice hurt us more than most, but... And I look forward to hear...
Hey, you! Maybe Hadrian's friend. Come here.
Be advised to secure this article and find stable ground or remain seated in the event...
Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr.
Detonation occurs in 5.
Oh, good. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working, at least when he wasn't slaving away at his... But we stumbled on a way to make it... You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Well, yeah. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and...
Here comes the butt.
But if you can clear them out, then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Oh, yeah. So access to the deep mines can be found outside. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out... Once you've managed that, phone up here on...
Always nice to kick back at the Broken Spear after a long day.
Citizens are advised to take caution near the military outpost on the city's outskirts due to frequent live-fire exercises. It is also advised to use only approved ship landing pads, as the UC Marines are not responsible for hull damage caused by stray munitions.
The community center on P1 is a good place to connect with others, or fulfill any spiritual needs you may have.
checked my account yesterday and it was all there. But I haven't tried to withdraw yet, so...
Good old Damus Staryard. You won't find anything flashy.
Just because the governor's office is right out there on the main level doesn't mean it's not secure.
It is utterly monumental for humanity.
ever thinking to yourself, I needed this. Vasco never. I told him all about Irvin. Oh, we got to point B many times, just... Anyway, I'm glad you're here, right? I heard back from my They looked into Hephaestus mining core. And that's not all. Turns out the witness was threatened, and thanks to our contact... I tend to agree. So I know a cyber runner they can dig into the classified. We can pay extra for them to use less legal methods. That's definitely why. I think I can do some digging in public records on my own. Depending on what they find out. Whew. Taking on Hephaestus isn't going to be easy. Maybe I should study up on the art of crossing. That's solid advice. Know your actual limitations. Anyway, let's go at... Everybody got that? Good.
Keep it together! Pull back!
gonna pick that back up, right? Right? What's new? Let's see if I have... Right. No worries. Should absolutely expect to see more spaces in the mines. No doubt about it. Sure. Well, okay then.
The mark's mine.
research, you're gonna need to collect a sample of hematite to run through the thresher. Grab a laser cutter and head back to the chamber where you came in. Once you've got a sample, Thresher's the big machine in the next room. Passcode to start it is Ares 2330. Take care of all that, and we'll have Percival's name cleared in no time.
All set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the Thresher room, if the spacers didn't make off with it. I'll be waiting at the circle.
like the living quarters are up ahead. It's going to be packed with spacers. Mark my word. Hey, you might want this. have something for you.
Watch out for the robots.
You'll be able to afford it right now.
Hey, welcome to the Sidonia. Yo, hey, I'm Manaki. Cool. Let's. See you around.
Was there something else? Do you now? Let me take it. That's not the number I remember. Here. I expect this won't be a... Then I suppose that's... You have my thanks. Oh, and if you do find him...
Percival's going to be real glad to have. You've got the slate, reduced joint wear, increased lifting. This formula's got to be worth it. Okay, so here's what you do. Tell Octai and the Trade Authority you found and that you'll trade it to him. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, and here, a copy of the... Oh, use that if you can. Good.
Yeah? Did you now? My end of the buck. He's holed up in the old Red Devil. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shut it up. Was also going to warn you about spaces down there. Here, the passkey.
So strange for this. If you do find... I think we'll need... So strange for the central office to change Percival's debt. I think we'll need to be more selective. If you do find Dr. Walker, please tell him I'm looking for him.
I checked my account yesterday.
slate. Let me reduce joint wear. This formula. Okay, so here and that you'll trade. Oh, this is. Oh, and use that if you can.
Used to think I was Vanguard material. Till I discovered.
Do you have a child or children between the ages of 5 to 18? Enroll them in a United Colonies distance learning program today. Your children will be provided with routine programs teaching them art, science, mathematics, history, and more, all in the comfort of your own home. Put your children on the right path to success and enroll.
Was there something else? I'm never one to turn away an opportunity, but I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market that others. Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, and exactly what? But where's this hematite coming from? The deep mines could be an option. Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool, and the sort of utility we could contract out all the actual lab work. Bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials, and think what it would do for our image with the general populace. And what do you want for the right? Dr. Walker's dead? Well, it seems And here, a finder's fee. Wouldn't want you feeling. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thoughts.
The miners have a secret about something.
Did you know? On my end of the bug, it was holed up and the place was sealed up tight after the use. It was also gonna... Yeah.
Time to give Percival my best when you see not a lot of folks just stuck their necks out for a stream.
The office of Governor Hurst would like to remind all Sidonian citizens to do their part to keep Sidonia clean.
So you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing the various old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts. Adrian sent you. She's... Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample. What? You can reattach your fingers, I say. What exactly did she have? Adrian said that, if she did, you come all the way for this. I asked you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here, but I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of that debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the trade authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in the cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right. Let's just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait. Where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample. It's Londinian. I'll need to get this all on a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen. You can't just humor an old man. This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in humanity. I presume you've heard of London. It was the city wiped completely off the map. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack. The ones that did, I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures in this specimen. I don't think it was transported to Talsetti. This specimen, it grew. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human terramorph relations with big, sudden Londinian style, it's not going to end well. Humanity has survived a lot, but this could be a bottlenecking event for our species. A devastation to society. So you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are? The circle, huh? Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstance.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You don't hasslate yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble. That's certainly not what I was expecting. So, were you two able?
Got it right here. That sample, it's an exact match.
Londinian.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So,
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's going to take to access our old...
good place to start.
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archive? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing in the Free Star Collective? I guess we can kiss that approach.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss with both of us. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But Percival and I, we were military scientists. Ran a division of the...
The place I was hiding out. That was our unit.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually... A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the... Oh. Well, but it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to... The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered under the watchful eye of Monitor. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tool and hopefully how to prevent... All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinets.
Good luck.
Never mind. Sorry. There's something else. Yes, Captain.
Was that Percival walking through there with me?
Miner's pretty much wrong.
You should give that recipe a whirl on Percival's research test.
The city of Sidonia is proud to be a pillar of support for the United Colonies. Seek your local Marine recruiter if you wish to sign up for military service.
Oh, I love breathing in the air here. You'd imagine it would smell like any other city, but it smells tranquil. That makes sense. Like the air carries a dash of herbal tea in it.
markup's in the captain's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten... But listen, I know... So, in the my relationship with the UC, it's more... I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War. Former head, they called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated. In the program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military, secure the leadership of the UC. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. Freestar Collective, and the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC... So my involvement, it could be enough. I really appreciate you saying that. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? Or if you've got it, no telling how. Then I guess it's just...
Meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what... So now, we have two petitioners here making access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data. Currently, a request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three armistice signatories. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject. Perhaps you could summarize for the cabinet. That is something to consider. Though we also...
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy. It seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty war.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks,
let's keep this civil. While there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question,
Just taking her word for it as well.
So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information... Welcome.
Oh,
Yes, well, so now, we have two access to a request. Now, Captain, perhaps you could...
Madam, while no one would, they've been happening to demand. Seems that.
I would remind the chief. I would also, because if
Let's keep this. And while there should be no Chief Cassine has a point, I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. But if there's another attack...
So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in a...
It's a risk, so it's doing...
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to very well. I consent. The galaxy was...
You and I are in agreement. So if there are no other objections, I believe we can... Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
It's happening, folks. Don't panic. We need to focus.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanners somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support.
I'll make the order myself. The nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. It's going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You too. We can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. The things we do here, we did that. Benefits all this.
The way those people were acting.
I don't know. We tried to restrain them, but some of the other officers down there...
They're pheromonic project. Some terramorphs, it affects everyone differently, but some people, you kill the morph, you break the... Let's do it.
Now it's unlocked.
Officer, are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We hold them as best we can.
You two have any experience with terramorphs?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a fight.
We're not UC security. Your call. We're on the...
I don't want to think what would have happened.
Just glad we could rise. Captain, we should report back to the President. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Excusez-moi. Of course. See you later.
Terramorphs. Holy.
That's a relief to hear. Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what your concerns about the terror.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. Now, you will have our full support in collecting the terramorph data, but to accomplish those goals. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how. Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers that the cabinet wants you. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track you. So, I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on game. You should be able to find her and on behalf of the whole of the...
You've got the cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
I'm gonna go check in with
Chief Yassine, these orders. A Vanguard captain. Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I heard you were instrumental in I was also informed that you gave quite... Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor. We're going to do everything, and that means first getting... Someone paid it. Access to the archives is only granted in cases UC, Freestar. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective. Get them both, and you'll have your data.
I couldn't agree more. Both ambassadors have reasons they... Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code.
And I do mean cooperate. Threat, though, that doesn't.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or... Ambassador Balmore. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after this, he's since lent his support to a small number of archives, though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a... It does, but we're not 100% sure about his public appearances were always rare. Scans of the facility show life signs.
Your task is to find him and... I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side... Here, this device should... And fair warning...
Captain, would you like...
I bet she
Now, officially, use your experiences, and who knows? But my suspicion... Certainly. You see intelligent, but getting caught. So, now we recover. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might... All right. And take these. Chief is... Now, if you have additional questions, I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her. Be smart out there, Cap.
Daddy?
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's out.
You our visitor? You'll find the ambassador.
We've come a long way since the war. It's astonishing.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby of...
Every day that we all keep talking is a day we should celebrate.
As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have... Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. You have my thanks for what you did down. Now, she also mentioned that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives. Some of the most highly guarded. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Let me be frank, Captain. I will not be the one responsible for its release. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. You're not wrong. And those lives are... It's possible I might be letting my history... Well, Captain, you... But if I'm really granting you access, your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. You go in once, you get everything you need on your... And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy, Freestar scientists will watch... So, do we have an... Excellent. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
You seem overwhelmed with things here. Let's take a moment to sort it out. What you will, but I bet House Baroon knows how to party. Never gonna get their deposit back after this. Ours now. Is that all?
seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embark. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Has the rest of the city suffered? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent. You were sent by the UC. And the broadcast spoke of terror. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide... So the UC requires information then. The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. But if I am to grant you... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. In exchange for my code, I require this. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil.
You've got my word too.
Well then, please. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Do we actually need all that stuff?
Serpent guide you. The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all the... House Varun commit... This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent. So, when my brethren left, I remained. It was tolerable, even pleasant. We remade this place. With my brethren gone, it has been... The Great Serpent is so... When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was... The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice...
Hey, you might want this.
Did you actually succeed? So the old man was still lurking around it. And now, I've already arranged everything. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to... Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. Absolute best beat.
Excuse me.
Hey.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
sweet home. Or bittersweet home, I suppose. Not a problem. Okay. What's on your mind? Looking for something? Right. Later.
to the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. into the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where the Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few...
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you yours.
Then I guess we'll see you on...
Captain, if you'll follow me. Follow me. This requires a little more pomp. It won't take long. This requires a little more pomp. Yes?
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers.
Captain, are you ready? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and through service, bravery, strength. Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome... Here, your official item. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase... Now, the other item. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you. But this normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this. But we think this... And they've stated they'll only share it with you. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept... Let's hope it never comes to...
Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're...
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collect... They've been using...
I knew a place like this had to exist. I just never thought I'd actually be in it.
Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
What? No magazines? Well, who's down for some small talk? Looks like we've got a volunteer here. Howdy, soldier. Want to compare war stories?
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series. But now you face a foe unlike any other, which is why I hoped we could speak. I'm friend, but most know me. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its, but the previous regime deemed me to a sacrifice, even my death. One final act of the trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with the cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor, and so I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. Which, right now, an effort you and my progeny Hadrian have already made impressive, though I am. Has she shared with you the nature? Did she? Our relationship has always... The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established. But the universe cut all that short, and I think I have a part. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the, with quite a few successes I might add, the names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort. I'll tell you where they are. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United. If it dealt death, he could make it. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, but I finally found him. I'm not expecting it. Bring me evidence that the job... You can certainly try, but the man's been easier for all if you... If that's what you required. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world. There is a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Anything I can help you with? All righty. I have something for you.
Captain, did... Surprised me too but I do think... Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're on. And that's not a good look for any of us. Dr. Reginald Orlays? Of course, killing Orlays is completely out of the question. That'd be a huge win for the use. Really? He found them? We'd already initiated a search for them, but it's... Captain, if that's the deal, you have my... Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? The Den? Oh, it's a star station. The first one was blown to smithereens by House Varun. The place has always acted as a... But because of its distance from... I can think of worse places in the Gal. Trusting the man downstairs would be a mistake. But I don't think... This is far from the first name he's... So while I'd certainly warn... Then I'll bid you good day, Captain.